If you have a Gemini in your life, you know that friendship is anything but boring. They're that friend who's always planning something exciting, coming up with unexpected ideas, and pulling you out of your routine without warning. But of course, they have their complicated side too. They can disappear when you least expect it or change their mind in the blink of an eye. In this video, I'll tell you everything, the best and worst parts of having a friend of this sign. From their endless conversations to their sudden change of plans, to their incredible ability to understand you without you saying a word. Ready to find out if you're up for the roller coaster ride that comes with having a Gemini as a friend? Stay tuned because this is going to interest you. Nonstop fun. Having a Gemini friend is like living in a constant adventure movie. They're the spark that lights up any group of friends, always planning something, whether it's a spontaneous trip or a totally improvised activity. If you enjoy spontaneity, Gemini will be your ideal companion. You'll never get bored with them, because there's always something new on the horizon. But here's the tricky part, that endless energy can be exhausting. Gemini doesn't understand breaks, and keeping up with them can leave you breathless. Sometimes, just when you think you'll have a quiet night at home, you get a message, "How about we go to a party?" And, of course, saying no is almost impossible because their enthusiasm pulls you in. But after a while, that constant adrenaline rush can take its toll. Also, their unpredictability doesn't always work in your favor. A plan that seems set in stone suddenly turns into something completely different. What was going to be a relaxed night watching movies can turn into a night out or a spontaneous trip somewhere else. The good thing is that with Gemini, routine doesn't exist. The challenge is that if you need stability or prefer well-planned things, with them, you'll have to learn to be flexible. Amazing conversations. If there's one thing that defines a Gemini friend, it's their ability to talk. They can talk about anything, from the latest technological advances to the newest fashion trends, and they always have something interesting to say. With Gemini, every conversation is a chance to learn something new because they have an incredible knowledge of countless topics. If you enjoy deep conversations, this is the perfect friend. However, talking with a Gemini can quickly turn into a monologue. They love sharing what they know so much that they sometimes forget you also have something to say. You can spend hours listening to them jump from one topic to another without being able to get a word in. It's as if their brain is constantly in overdrive, processing ideas at lightning speed. The positive side is that, even though they dominate the conversation, their stories are always fascinating. You end the day feeling like you've learned a ton of new things, though you might wish you had had more time to speak too. With them, you need to be patient and find the right moment to chime in. But one thing's for sure, you'll never get bored of their talks. Limitless curiosity. One of the best qualities of a Gemini is their infinite curiosity. They're always exploring, learning, and looking for new topics to discuss. They're like sponges, absorbing everything happening around them. If you ever find yourself out of ideas or in a mental rut, your Gemini friend will always be there to inspire you with a fresh perspective or creative idea. But, just as they're curious, they're also quite scattered. Their mind races at 1,000 miles per hour, and it's hard for them to focus on just one thing for long. You could be talking about something important, and suddenly they get distracted by something completely different. This can be frustrating if you're trying to have a deep conversation or solve a problem, but for them, it's just their nature. They jump from idea to idea nonstop. The good thing is that this same scattered nature makes them incredibly versatile people. You can learn so many different things thanks to their ability to absorb and share information. If you enjoy varied conversations and don't mind keeping up with their mental pace, this Gemini trait will be something you really enjoy in the friendship. Empathetic but forgetful. Even though Gemini may seem like they're always in their own world, they have an amazing ability to pick up on how you're feeling. You don't have to explain much, they can read your emotions with surprising ease. They're the friends who know when something's off and, instead of forcing you to talk, they find a way to make you feel better. Sometimes, a simple chat or fun activity with Gemini is all you need to clear your head. The problem is that, while they're great at understanding how you feel, they're not always the best when it comes to keeping commitments. Gemini's mind is always racing, and that means they can sometimes forget the plans they made with you or change them without warning. They don't do it maliciously, they just get lost in their own mental chaos. It's easy for them to suddenly forget they had something important to do with you. Still, when they're present, they're truly there in a genuine way. If you're going through a tough time, you can count on Gemini to lift your spirits. That said, you'll need to be understanding of their forgetfulness and learn not to take it personally when their commitments change at the last minute. The key is to be flexible and understand that their world is a constant whirlwind of ideas. They need space. Gemini is a sign that deeply values their independence. They love being surrounded by friends and socializing, but they also need their alone time to recharge. This means that, while one day they may be super involved in your life, the next day they might disappear without much explanation. It's nothing personal, it's just their way of maintaining a balance between their need for connection and their need for freedom. However, for some people, this independence can feel like disconnection. If you're someone who needs a constant presence in your friendships, it can be hard to accept that Gemini won't always be available. They might disappear for days or weeks and then come back as if nothing happened, expecting things to continue as usual. This lack of consistency can be frustrating if you're looking for stability in your relationships. The good thing is that when Gemini comes back, they return with new stories, ideas, or experiences to share. They learn from every moment alone and always bring something interesting back. If you can accept that they need that personal space to be happy, you'll find that their friendship is rich and full of moments worth cherishing. You just need to give them room and not expect them to be around all the time. A constant adventure. Being friends with a Gemini is a unique experience, full of ups and downs, but always exciting. They're full of energy, curiosity, and brilliant ideas, but they can also be distracted and unpredictable. If you manage to adapt to their changing rhythm and accept their need for space, you'll find a friendship that will keep you entertained and constantly enrich you. With Gemini, there will always be surprises, fascinating conversations, and unexpected plans. And even though they may drive you crazy with their changing plans and forgetfulness, their empathy and ability to make you feel good when you need it most more than make up for it. So if you have a Gemini in your life, buckle up because you're in for an incredible adventure. Leave your opinion and personal experience in the comments. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.